Module 5, Running Effective Meetings. In other modules, we talked about the legislative framework for BIAs and the governance principles that board members must adhere to. There are also a number of rules related to the running of meetings that board members should be aware of. What are the characteristics of an effective board meeting? First of all, proper notice of the meeting, date, time, and location is given, and an agenda is distributed in advance. Written reports are provided to efficiently guide members to the key issues. Reports include draft motions to be ratified by the board. There is open and honest debate. The purpose of the board is to steer the direction of the organization. The board should be constantly monitoring its work plan to ensure it aligns with objectives. Differences of opinion are resolved constructively and quickly. Everyone is kept focused on a single discussion. This is essential to make meetings productive and respect the value of everyone's time. All board members should participate in meetings. As mentioned, being a board member is not a ceremonial position. Everyone around the table should be expected to participate. Following each meeting, distribute clear and concise minutes documenting decisions, highlighting issues discussed, and providing the rationale for making the decision. BIA board meetings are conducted using Robert's Rules of Order, which are traditional rules of parliamentary procedure used by clubs, organizations, and legislative assemblies to conduct their meetings. The purpose of Robert's Rules is to facilitate the fair, efficient, and orderly running of meetings. To introduce a new piece of business or propose a decision or action, Robert's Rules specify that an agenda of items being discussed be circulated in advance, that the meeting include presentations on these items, that a motion on action to be taken on items is proposed and seconded, that a limited discussion of the proposed course of action be had, that motions on alternative courses of action be put forward, if wanted, and that a vote be taken. Under Robert's Rules, the chair has the responsibility to facilitate discussion, keep order, and apply rules equally. The chair may vote only to break or make a tie, and is guided by the general will of the board. All members have the right to bring forward ideas, require information, discuss, and vote. Decisions are made by the majority, and there should be board solidarity after the vote. The chair, members of the board, and BIA staff each have a part in ensuring meetings are conducted in an efficient manner. The role of the chair includes chairing meetings in accordance with Robert's Rules, ensuring meetings are conducted in an efficient manner, ruling on all procedural matters, resolving conflicts, and dealing with complaints. Individual board members have a responsibility to review these circulated documents in advance, keep the meeting on topic, show respect for fellow board members and respect for the board's time, and participate in the decision-making. BIA staff have an obligation to provide sufficient notice of meetings, distribute materials in advance, prepare a concise agenda, and take proper decision minutes. If the BIA does not employ staff, these responsibilities fall to the board secretary. The Municipal Code says that notice of a board meeting, including the agenda, must be distributed to the board 5 business days in advance. Quorum of the board must be present for the board to conduct business. Only those appointed by council may vote. A board member cannot have someone else vote in their place. The board must meet a minimum of 4 times a year, including the AGM. A proper agenda is essential to an efficient meeting. Agendas should be written jointly by the chair and staff with limited and timed items. Standard items on the agenda should include declaration of conflict of interest, adoption of the minutes of the previous meeting, subcommittee reports, financial statements, and follow-up from previous meetings. Proper minutes document the decisions of the board in a concise manner and in sufficient detail to highlight issues discussed and the rationale for making decisions. First and foremost, meeting minutes are legal documents and are heavily relied upon in legal proceedings. The need to answer the following questions. Did the board understand the issue? Were members provided the relevant information? Did the board seek advice? Were conflicts recorded? Did actions follow board direction? Who voted and how? Minutes also drive action and act as a measuring stick. By reading past minutes, you'll be able to see if you're achieving your specified goals. Meeting minutes should be decision minutes. Effective minute-taking is not about capturing the discussion, but simply to record the decisions of the board or actions to be taken and demonstrate that all relevant information was available to the board when the decision was being made. Minutes of the previous meeting marked as draft must be distributed 5 business days in advance of each board meeting. Approval of the minutes of the previous meeting should be at the top of the agenda. Once approved, the minutes should be signed and a PDF copy forwarded to the city's BIA office along with copies of the financial statements. Financial statements must be presented at every regular board meeting. Financial statements should at a minimum include a bank statement showing the transactions for the month and the balance in the BIA's accounts. The BIA must follow sound business practices. For example, BIAs cannot invest their savings in the stock market. They must use common sense when managing the funds at their disposal. Financial statements are audited annually, and the auditor's findings are reported to the membership and City Council through the Audit Committee. Subcommittee reports should be a part of every agenda. Subcommittees are really where the rubber meets the road in terms of implementing the BIA's initiatives. By delegating the nuts and bolts of BIA initiatives to subcommittees, board meetings can be focused on the overall governance and direction of the organization. Subcommittees must be chaired by a board member and report regularly to the board. The board chair sits ex officio on all subcommittees. All BIAs are covered by the city's commercial general liability insurance. Each BIA pays a premium of approximately $370 annually to secure a zero deductible. The policy covers the board for typical activities they may undertake, including events, streetscape improvements, and marketing initiatives. Many BIAs also purchase directors' liability insurance, which is available at a group rate through Tabia. Office contents insurance would be for computers, printers, and other equipment that is not covered by the commercial general liability policy. BIA asset insurance would be for lampposts, street furniture, and similar items that are not insured through the commercial general liability policy. This concludes our presentation. To reiterate what you've learned through these modules, the expectations of you and your board members are that you get involved and participate. Nothing happens without the effort and commitment of volunteer board members. That you know the rules and know where to find the rules. And that you represent your members and the city well by acting with integrity and putting the interests of your members ahead of your own.
On behalf of the City of Toronto and the Economic Development and Culture Division, I wish you and your board the best of luck and success. I hope these presentations have given you a clearer understanding of your rights and responsibilities as board members. If you are uncertain or have questions, please contact your Economic Partnership Advisor. We're here to assist you.